Good morning, all of you. Good morning, my dear legendary students. Sorry for that day after yesterday. I'm not taking the class. I was not taking this class. Good morning, all of you, my dear legendary leaders. Srilata, Pallavi, Taslim, Namira, Sumaya.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Sumaya. Good morning, ma'am. Okay, I'm not waste your time. Thank you for coming for this webinar. Today we are going to discussing about continued topic of vector-borne diseases. So we were discussing especially continued topic, that is malaria. So malaria nothing but what is malaria? Malaria means those who are the peoples which are living in the dirty areas. The peoples are suffering from the disease that is called what malaria. You know very well. Okay. So that malaria is a term. Malaria is a term was first discovered by Susma Charles Laveran scientist. Charles Laveran scientist is known as father of malariology. Okay, these malaria exactly by biting of mosquito, female anopheles mosquito. This malaria disease caused by the Plasmodium vivax. Plasmodium vivax. These Plasmodium vivax is a parasite which is transmitted from one person to other person to the vector is called female Anopheles mosquito. So actually total this life cycle 1895 August 20. 1895 August 20. So the scientist was this Sir Ronald Ross scientist was to discover the total research of especially for sexual life cycle in especially for mosquito. That is called that is was it's called Ross cycle. So totally how the malaria disease which is transmitted the person to other person is totally sexual life cycle. So that's why he got the Nobel Prize in 1895, August 20. August 20 is called International Malaria Day. International Malaria Day. So because the research of this total malaria, that's why he got the Nobel Prize in 1902 also. This is what important about the introduction of the malaria. Now, malaria, see, you know very well, the malaria, which is to cause to human different type of person using of uh, by using of especially you know very well four species are there. One is Plasmodium vivax, second one is Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium ovale, Plasmodium malaria. Plasmodium vivax is you know very well. This is called benign malaria, and Plasmodium ovale is a mild tertiary malaria. Falciparum is a malignant malaria. Plasmodium malaria is called what? Cotton malaria. So actually, so mainly the malaria digenic parasite. Malaria is a digenic parasites. So that is what very important thing. If, mainly definitive host also there and intermediate host also there. Definitive host nothing but already told you. In the which side when the parasite life cycle takes place in the host, parasite 1 minute. Okay, so if the parasite life cycle takes place, a sexual life cycle takes place, the host is called a definitive host or primary host. If the parasite asexual life cycle takes place in the host, if the parasite asexual life cycle takes place in the host is called intermediate host. Here, the Plasmodium vivax, especially for the primary host is mosquito, the secondary host is called man. So, but here in this diagram and this matter, it will be little bit mistake. Okay, so that is what very important. What is the primary host is called the mosquito, secondary host is called man. In man, the Plasmodium asexual life cycle takes place in plasmodium. That means plasmodium sexual life cycle takes place in the mosquito stomach. This is what very important. Mosquito is different, definitely host, and okay. So man is called what ma? It is a asexual. That means intermediate host. Next, what happened? Most of the prevalent South Indian countries like Tarai region of the Nepal, that means which are total, it is distributed the malaria in throughout the world also, especially for South Indians, South African countries and different type of countries, which is more prevalent to this disease. And next what ma? So you know very well. See, these malaria, which is caused by, which is transmitted from one person to other person, the stage is called sporozoite stage. The stage ma sporozoite stage. That is what very important. And next one important, these the sporozoite which is enters into the blood of man by biting of the mosquito. These sporozoites which are enters into the nearly 30 minutes to stay in the blood. Then after it reach to liver. Then in the liver mainly 3 life cycle takes place. Before the liver, before the blood RBC cells. Okay, so mainly asexual life cycle takes place in 3. It means pre-erythrocytic cycle, erythrocytic cycle, exoerythrocytic cycle. After 3 cycles, the merozoites are formed. These merozoites are converted into gametocytes. The gametocytes, whether the what happened, the mosquito to sucking the blood, these gametocyte enters into the, that means buccal cavity and stomach of the mosquito. In this mosquito, what happened now? In this mosquito, you know very well. See, we are observing here. In this mosquito, total sexual life cycle takes place. In the asexual life cycle takes place in the blood RBC cells. That's why what happened ma? In the RBC erythrocytic cycle, gradually the sporozoites are grown vigorously. Number of sporozoites are that means cryptozoites, cryptocygians, cryptomerozoites are there. So totally the merozoites are formed in the RBC. So see here, for example, this is called sporogenic cycle, erythrocytic cycle. For example, this is what human the liver cell, in the liver to Shigant different is called exoerythrocytic cycle. Already told you, the mosquitoes saliva which contain the sporozoites, the mosquito biting, these sporozoites enters into the blood, and the blood 30 minutes to stain. Then after it reaches to liver. Okay, so then after it reaches to liver, then it is infected to completely liver, and by using of these liver tissue cells, completely they eat and the enlargement, and by take place of mitotic divisions, so many mitotic divisions to be formed of so many Shigants. That means group of merozoites are formed. That is Shigant. And this Shigant required to enter into the RBC cells. It is these Shigants which is having totally microcryptomerozoites, cryptomerozoites are there. Okay, these microcryptomerozoites are enters into RBC cells. Then this is called where the these cryptomerozoites are enters into the RBC. Then in the RBC, what happened? So many stages are there. That is not essential for that. So here, amoeboid stage, signet ring stage, okay, and rosette stage, completely the erythrocytic cycle completely. In the RBC, the cycle to that RBC, where the cells are to grown by takes place of mitotic division. Ultimately, the RBC size also increase. It is called hypertrophy. It is called what ma? Hypertrophy, nothing but cell size to be increased. Cell size to be increased. In this class, in this condition, what happened? Whether these RBC cells or the size to be increased, that means shape should be increased. Oh, that means what happened in the RBC total? These cryptomerozoites are increased more. That means increase more. In that condition, RBC size shape also increase. Finally, it should be blast. It should be blast. This what happened? Finally, these type of merozoites are enters into the RBC. Whether RBC is blasting, here one chemical substance to releasing, that is called what happened? Hemogyne. What hemogyne? Hemogyne is a poisonous. Hemogyne is what it is a poisonous. It is toxin to human body. These hemogyne, it leads to cause to malaria disease. That means hot fever and cold fever. This is what very important. Then these merozoites convert into gametocytes. The gametocytes, whether these gametocytes are then again the mosquito to sucking the blood of human being. Okay, then enters into these gametocytes, enters into stomach. Total this life cycle is called what? Asexual life cycle. The man is called what happened? So that is, you know very well, that is called secondary host because of asexual life cycle takes place. Then after the mosquito to be sucking the blood, these type of gametocytes are enters into the mosquito stomach. In the mosquito stomach takes place sexual life cycle of the plasmodium. Okay, so then these gametocytes are converted into based upon the size macrogametocytes and microgametocytes. Okay, now microgametocytes are, that means see these are the microgametocytes, macrogametocytes. So microgametocytes are that means micro flagellated, ex-flagellated cells are there for the looking from movement of one place to other place. These microgametes also known as macrogametes, also known as egg, microgametes also known as sperm. It is the fusion of micro and macrogametes is called isogam, anisogam, because of dissimilar type of these gametes. Okay. See, dissimilar shape of these gametes, micro and macro gametes. So the fusion to be form of what happened? So zygote should be formed. Then after the zygote should be developed into form of ookinete. Ookinete means what happened? These totally zygote to convert into what happened? Sporozoite stage. Sporozoite stage. Then ookinete, so many mitotic meiotic divisions takes place to be form of so many huge amount of the sporozoites. The sporozoites are present. These ookinetes comes outside of the stomach of the mosquito. Then above the stomach of the mosquito, so many ookinetes are formed. Group of ookinetes are formed. That is called what oocyst. That is called what oocyst. You know very well. These oocyst which contains huge amount of the sporozoites are there. These sporozoites are these oocysts to be blasted, and huge amount of the sporozoites are enters into saliva of the mosquito. Saliva of the mosquito. Then the mosquitoes get ready to what happened? So whether the mosquito is biting another person, these sporozoites are enters into the another person. This is called a life cycle of. It is not essential for the life cycle of mosquito, but malaria, you must be known about this knowledge. So first of all, so diagenic parasite, it is the asexual life cycle takes place and sexual life cycle takes place. In the asexual life cycle, okay, the first the sporozoites are enters when the mosquito is biting, the sporozoites are enters into the blood. These sporozoites are 30 minutes stay, then after enters into the liver, in the liver, they eat liver tissue, they grow, and to develop the mitotic divisions into the form of cryptocyte, the cryptocyte convert into merozoites, cryptomerozoites are converted into micro and macro are enters into what happened? RBC cells. And then again the macro cryptomerozoites are enters into get back and enters into same vice versa. So this is called exoerythrocytic cycle and exoerythrocytic cycles. Two cycles are takes place. Then finally cryptomerozoites, micro cryptomerozoites are enters into RBC. This is what happened. Erythrocytic cycle. In the erythrocytic cycle, these micro crypto viroids are converted into. That means signet ring stage, nebulae stage, a rosette stage, then Seijan stage, then finally it blasted the hemogyne to cause it to malaria. Then these viroids are converted into gametocytes. These gametocytes are the mosquito to be sucking the blood, the gametocytes enters into the stomach of the mosquito. Then definitely life cycle started. Sexual life cycle started. The sexual life cycle was specially discovered, researched by the Sir Ronald Ross. That's why the cycle is called what? That's why the cycle is called a Ross cycle. Okay, these gametocytes are converted into micro and macro. Micro is called a sperm. Micro is called a sperm. Macro is called what? Egg. Both are dissimilar size, dissimilar shape. Both are fusion to the form of zygote. Right? In the stomach, the zygote are converted into ookinete, a group of ookinete to be form of oocyst. The oocyst are enters into the stomach of the mosquito. Then these oocysts to blast the sporozoites are released into the saliva. Okay, now the saliva, literally the sporozoites are enters into another host of the man. This is called what? So very important thing of life cycle of the and pathogenicity. What pathogenicity? You know very well. This pathogenicity of this malaria, you know very well. So what are the pathogenicities there? The person who are suffering from the disease that is called hot and cold fever. Hot and cold, nearly 105 degree Fahrenheit to 105 degree Fahrenheit to 107 degree Fahrenheit fever. They are suffering. Those are the peoples which are affected this malaria disease. Okay, so how to this is called pathogenicity. And clinical symptoms: headache, cold fever, heart fever, sweating comes outside, and okay, cold. These are the vomitings. These are the clinical symptoms we are observing this malaria. Okay, and you know very well. See, these malaria disease to control the by using of what? By using of the treatment that is called chloroquinone is a wonderful drug. What ma? Chloroquinone is a wonderful drug for to curing of the disease. The curing of the disease and Ayurvedic drug also that's called quinone. What ma? Quinine. This quinine which is extracted from quinine is one of the alkaloid. This quinine which is extracted from the what ma? Cinchona officinalis plant. Cinchona officinalis plant, we are taking that cinchona quinine. It is wonderful Ayurvedic drug for the curing of the malaria. And that means that is allopathy, especially for these chloroquine is a wonderful drug for the this due to the COVID-19 also. Due to the COVID-19 also, the combination of azithromycin and chloroquine also to use to cure of the COVID-19. So because of this is must be giving the doctor advice, not personally. If the people's that they are eating the chloroquine without advice of the doctor, the person is going to die. That's why it's very dangerous of chloroquine. Right? This is what very important. But how this chloroquine, this malaria to transmit one person to other person, because of in your surrounding areas must be clean and hygiene. Clean and hygiene. This is what control measures. The control of the host, the cleaning the surrounding areas, the clean and hygiene of the surrounding areas, and how to spread this malaria disease from one area to another area because of the water. In the water, we must be giving biological control method by using of gambusia fish, by using of gambusia fish to eating of the mosquito larvae of regular any other mosquito larvae, okay, to be eaten by this gambusia fish by using of biological control method, right? So nowadays, okay, in our house, mosquito coils we using, all out must be using, and mosquito repellents also using. So different type of methods we using to control these mosquitoes. And you know very well, So this mosquito control to cleaning of your surrounding areas by the sprinkling of DDT and BHC. What is DDT? Dichlorodiphenyl tetrachloroethane. What is BHC? Benzene hexachloride. What is DDT ma? Dichlorodiphenyl tetrachloroethane. And what is a BHC in the benzene hexachloride, which is to control the killing these larvae of the mosquitoes. So this is what control measures. Okay, now finally, so that means the prevention better than cure, prevention better than treatment, prevention better than treatment is one of the important parts. Cleaning your areas, okay, cleaning your surrounding areas, okay, and save the future, save the environment, save the future, save the unlimited generations. You must be write this type of quotation. You will get good marks for the examination. And next fever, next disease is called what ma? Dengue fever. What would dengue fever? This dengue fever is a mainly it is also that means diagenic pair. Dengue fever is a virus. The virus which is transmitted from one person to the person, which is having a especially vector is there, that is called Aedes aegypti vector. Aedes aegypti vector is there. That is what very important. One is here also primary host is there and secondary host is there. And infective stage, you know very well. See these dengue fever. These spread of dengue fever how? So these wild Aedes aegypti, So this is to biting of especially for this Aedes aegypti should not bite in the night condition. Should bite with the day. With a mosquito to biting on the day, it's very dangerous. It is a dengue mosquito, right? Very important. These wild Aedes aegypti mosquito, by biting, this bites dengue infected person. Okay, this mosquito ingests the blood with dengue virus. It takes 8 to 10 days for the dengue to incubate. Okay, whether these Aedes aegypti, those are the peoples which are suffering from these dengue fever, to suck the blood, and then these dengue infected mosquito bites normal person. This is the person which is a dengue fever person. This is biting to sucking the blood, These mosquito, what happened to ingest the blood with dengue virus. It takes place 8 to 10 days for the dengue to incubate. Then these virus to be infected to other normal person, the normal person affected the disease. The affected person gets dengue in 4 to 13 days. So this is called it's viral disease infected from one person to other person. The dengue, the mosquito is called Aedes aegypti mosquito. This is what important. Here also, okay, how to transmit? And the cause, it is caused by the virus, dengue virus. It is infected from one person to other person, vector, that is called Aedes aegypti. And next, what is the method of the transmission? By biting. Okay, that is what. And next one. So what is the clinical symptom? Pathogenicity. What is the clinical symptoms of the dengue? So mainly high fever, headache, loss of appetite, abdominal pain, total body pains are occurred. Okay, so these are the high fever. Number one, headache, high fever, body pains, bone pains, loss of appetite. So these are the clinical symptoms are formed. It leads to dengue fever. Next one, you know very well. It is a treatment. How to treatment? So, for example, dengue vaccination is there. Dengue, different type of metronidazole, antibiotics which are there to control this dengue fever. Actually, where the dengue virus enters in our body, especially for the clinical symptoms, total platelets are reduced. What platelets are reduced. So that's what very important. There is no particular treatment of this dengue. Okay, if the platelets are reduced, how to increase the platelets? Must be the person must be eating nutrients, vegetables, carrots, fruits, and fluids, etc., etc. The person must be eat the nutrients to control this dengue fever. Okay, now if it is unable to eat, we should be giving the intravenous injections, intravenous fluids. That must be. If it is completely reduced, so more than less than 20,000 platelets are there. Actually, 2.5 to 3 lakhs per cubic mm of blood, which contains 2.5 to 3 lakhs of the platelets. So it is fell down less than 20,000. Less than 20,000, the person is going to very dangerous. The person is going to nearer to must be compulsory require the platelet blood donation, right? In that case, we are the person to take the platelet donation, platelet blood to be must be required. This is what very important about the. That's why. So this is the clinical symptoms and treatment and prevention better than treatment. How to coming this dengue fever? Come on, tell me. This dengue fever, which is comes from so one mosquito to other mosquito, and by especially for in daytime. If it is we measure the what happened now. So completely. So we should be using the clean and arranging surrounding areas. The dengue mosquitoes or the Aedes aegypti mosquitoes are not there in our surrounding areas. It is very healthy. That's why clean and your surrounding areas must be clean and hygiene. Save the environment, save future, save the unlimited generations. Okay, so save the globe. Okay, this is what very important about that. See, already we discussed. See, already clinical symptoms. What are the clinical symptoms? Just now I told you. The person high fever, headache, muscles, joint pain, severe abdominal pain, persist of vomiting, already told you, difficulty breathing and diarrhea. So these are the main symptoms of the dengue fever. Very, very important about this. You must visualize. What are the so come on tell me. So fever, headache, muscles, joint pain, severe abdominal pain, and persist vomiting and difficulty breathing and diarrhea. This is what very important about this dengue fever. And see the complications of dengue fever. The complication of the dengue fever, decreased body temperature, persistent abdominal pain, rapid breathing, bleeding gums, decrease the platelet count. Just now I told you. It's very complications with dengue fever. We are observing this process. Just now I told you. Dengue fever is very difficult to diagnose. Very difficult to diagnose. Very important thing. Okay, now these dengue for diagnosis for the dengue fever: complete blood clot, PCR, polymerase chain reaction, antibody for the dengue virus type, and liver function test also there. LFT. This is called LFT. It is very cost. Okay, PCR. Nowadays COVID-19 also we are doing RT-PCR test, antibody test, complete blood count test. This is the diagnosis for the dengue fever. And necessity precautions. Prevention already told you now. So use mosquito repellents. Okay, regular fumigation. Use mosquito net. Wear full sleeved clothes. Okay. Remove water from coolers, small containers, especially for okay now. So our surrounding areas. This is what very important. And now, okay, now, so I think I hope tomorrow we'll discussing about that filaria. Okay, I think May understood the dengue. Today we are discussed dengue and malaria. Okay, so who tell me, Salma? Anyone can say this answer? This dengue, how to coming to the dengue? So mainly, what are the steps you must be understand? What are the steps you must be understand, right? So come on, tell me, dengue fever, the causative agent, infection, mode of transmission, clinical symptoms, pathogenicity and clinical symptoms, diagnosis, treatment, Okay, prevention and control measures. These are the steps you must be right. These are the steps, any disease you must take. Ma. What are the steps? Come on, tell me. Number one, what ma? So infection, the causative agent. Next, infection, mode of transmission. Okay, and what are the clinical symptoms and pathogenicity. Okay, and is there any diagnosis there? And treatment is there, and prevention and control measures. These are the points you must be right any one. This is what, for example. So, for example, dengue. Dengue is caused by virus. It is infection to 1% of the person. That means transmission and infection 1% of the person by biting a mosquito. By biting of mosquito. And what are the clinical symptoms? Just now I told you. Okay, that means headache, fever, abdominal pain, joint pains, bleeding gums, reducing of the platelets. Okay, high fever. So these are the clinical symptoms are there. Diagnosis. There is no particular diagnosis of this. There is counting of the electro test, and blood counting test, and PCR test. Okay, and you know very well clinicals and pathogenicity already. Diagnosis also we already discussed. Okay, now so this is what very important. And finally, treatment. Treatment better than cure, and prevention control measures. So you must be right. This is the very important thing. Any diseases must be right these points. So now the last 20 seconds are there. So you must be right. This is the topic. And tomorrow we'll discussing about the next diseases about the these vector-borne diseases. So today's session is completed.